How do you say no without ruining your reputation? There's a principle that I want you to really consider before going into that conversation. Your goal is to come off as a contributor who craves focus, not a complainer who's just craving less work. That's important as you prepare for and then enter that conversation. A couple other tips you really want to consider are, first, when you're going into that conversation, share your good intent. Before you describe your project load, before you talk about the facts or your concerns, make sure you start by sharing why this is important for you, why it should be important for them. So share your good intent. You might say something like, hey, I wanted to have a conversation with you about my project workload. I want to make sure my focus is exactly where you want it to be. And so I thought that we might discuss where I'm seeing some misalignment so that I'm spending my time in the places that you think are best. The second tip is you want to ask about the ask. Now, what I mean by that is, before you say no or try to renegotiate the ask that's coming to you, make sure you fully understand it. Too often we just assume we understand what people mean when they say, hey, can you do this? Ask clarifying questions to understand the exact action or actions they want you to do and the exact last date by which you can do it by. Once you ask the ask and really understand more clearly what's being requested of you, then it's much easier to understand if you really do need to say no. Maybe you don't need to fully say no. Maybe you'll discover that you just can say no for right now, but you're able to say yes a little bit later. Or maybe you can't give full action to what they're requesting, but you can give some of it. Or maybe you can offer expertise rather than action. So when you clarify what the ask is, it makes things a lot easier for you to know if you can do that request, if you need to renegotiate what's being asked, or if you need to decline it completely. Thanks for watching. Visit cruciallearning.com/saythat for more tips and resources for how to speak up when it matters most.